and that's how he's living. This is a gang thing. It's different shit. You know, it's like same with Sharp. It's like the pimp shit. Yeah, he said this to this one girl. You got to understand, this is not our culture, so we got to kind of like take a step back and just like acknowledge that it is what it is, right? So that's me spending some significant percentage of my life defending Sharp to Lena. Why does Lena feel some type of way? He's not wrong. He's not wrong that Lena definitely probably feels some type of way about him. You want to know why? Ooh, this is the juicy part. Because there's been multiple times where Sharp, arguably under the influence of alcohol, at noon, at 1, at 2 p.m., whatever, when we're filming Plug Talk episodes at the office, there's been a couple different times where the girls who work for Plug Talk have had some shit said to them by him that was inappropriate, that was not great, that we didn't like. Those girls who work for Plug Talk, you know how you guys, right now you're thinking like, who? Yeah. I don't even put them on Front Street like that. We don't even really talk about them. We tag them and shit. One of them doesn't even have an Instagram. But we love them. They're amazing. They're so great as workers and shit. They're fantastic. And I want nothing but respect to be coming towards them at any given time. Because they're just girls with jobs and they don't need to fucking get made fun of, or not made fun of. They don't need to get hit on. They don't need somebody to use the B word towards them. They don't need anyone giving them a hard time. This is a workplace. And I understand that to a random ass hoe, you could talk to them a certain way. And maybe in another situation, you might run into these girls and talk to them a certain type of way. And maybe they'll like it. I don't fucking know. But either way, it's not appropriate for the workplace. And I believe that point has kind of been made to Sharp, like probably not from me, but from, Josh or Laura or whoever. I feel like people have probably like mentioned this to him, that it's like, there's just a way that you don't act in the workplace. And that is aggressive towards girls with that kind of energy, whatever. I think that like, there was probably other incidents as well. And Lena don't fuck around with that shit. Like, she don't want anybody being disrespectful to her girls. And me too. I feel the same way. And in addition to that, like, some of these girls that he's screamed at on the podcast over the years are also her homies. They're people that she fucks with that are in the same industry as her, porn star girls. And so there's never really been a time where like some girl was really mad at me and Lena over something that Sharp said to them. But there was definitely times where it felt like it was going to go in that direction because he was just kind of wilding too hard to the point where it might have like kind of made us look bad or whatever. But it never even really got to some crazy extent, right? But it definitely was not something we approved of when it came to saying shit to the girls who work in the office, right? On the Plug Talk side. That's the only thing that I believe would make Lena feel any kind of way towards Sharp. It's just the fact that she doesn't fuck with like dudes being disrespectful to girls in the first place. She's very girl power. She's very like, she supports the girls. She doesn't really, whatever guys are doing is kind of water under the bridge to her as long as the girls are being respected. And that's it, honestly. Like, if she ever felt like a way towards him or ever like in any way sort of acted as if she didn't care for Sharp or didn't like him too much, it was 100% that and nothing else. It's not like, you think I'm just laying around pillow talking to her and making her hate you? Like, I don't come home from work and talk about no jumper drama with her. There's so much no jumper drama that she has no idea about. And every once in a while, she'll like go look at the Reddit and she'll hit me up and be like, what about this thing? Like this person said this to this person. I'm like, yeah. I just don't want to, this is why. I don't want to be in the office all day where I like talk about a lot of these things on camera. I don't want to like come home and then have to talk about it again. Why would I want to do that? So I don't like fill her in. Like any Sharp drama over the last year, for sure she has no idea. I just don't mention it. So the idea that I'm like pillow talking and shitting on him to her is crazy. And the idea that like Sharp at one point was supposed to be on the No Jumper show and he's not because I only want yes men around me or whatever the fuck that narrative was. These are just cap narratives that are just made up out of thin air. And I don't understand where they come from, besides the fact that it feels like Sharp's just kind of unhappy in life, maybe right now, that he's just like not really feeling how things are going. And he's just like getting on stream and smoking a million cigarettes and just talking a bunch of shit. And I get that. That's cool, man. Like, I'm not mad at you about that. That's one way to go about things, but leave me the fuck out of it, because I only ever have done things to support Sharp and to like put him on. And so if you're gonna come and like come up with made up fake fucking narratives about how my girl secretly hates you because of something that I said to her, which again, no evidence for that, that's completely made up. And then on the other hand, you know, the other narrative of like, you know, the idea that like, he said like I didn't have the balls to have the conversation with him about how I was trying to stop his motion. Again, just totally made up. Like, my contribution to your career in the last 6 months has been exactly the same as the contribution in the first 6 months. So the part that like everybody would agree was like good for Sharp on the channel the first year has been exactly the same as the last year. So from my perspective. So I guess I just wanted to air that out. Who knows what percentage of this will make it to the Reddit, which is the only place realistically that I'll see any kind of commentary about it. Look at this guy, the Prasad family. I'm gonna hide you, you fucking cunt. How dare you be verified and talk shit. Anyway, that's pretty much it.